guys, welcome back to the channel. I just finished watching Breaking Bad season 4 episode 5, I believe, and we have a lot to talk about. First and foremost, let's talk about Walt. What a dumbass. Like, I have to talk about this first. Or should I give a whole thing of everything that happened? I'll give a thing of everything that happened. Okay. So first and foremost, Walt is zooming around, trying to find out where Jesse is. He goes to the chicken store. He goes to the chicken restaurant. And he sits there, he's like, hey, I'm not leaving until Gus comes out. The lady goes to the back, Gus isn't there. Walt goes to the back, okay, Gus isn't there. Walt leaves, where is he? He calls, nobody answers, obviously. And then Mike, the little henchman, assassin dude, calls and he's like, what's your problem? And Walt's like, where the hell is Jesse at? And he's like, he's right here, he's fine. He's like, yeah, okay, put him on the phone. Jesse gets on the phone, I'm good, I'm fine, whatever. Walt's like, oh, well, shit, okay. So Walt gets to cooking, and then he drops a barrel of what have you, and he's like, oh, shit, like, no, I'm mad. He goes to the camera, he's like, I need a partner. This is a two-man job. So Gus sends some extra character down there to help him out. Walt's like, what the fuck? I want Jesse, right? Meanwhile, Jesse and Mike are picking up money from various spots. A guy comes with a shotgun and he's, I guess, threatening to steal the money or some shit. And Jesse takes initiative and tries to run him over with the car, and then he speeds off. Mike walks to a convenience store or something and he's like, oh yeah, I need to be picked up, Gus, blah, 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 blah. And Jesse actually comes back and he picks Mike up. Mike is like, oh, well, go ahead, Jesse, smoke your cigarette, which he wasn't allowing him to do earlier on. But, you know, after saving his life, he allows him to smoke the cigarette. He basically earned his respect. We go back to Walt. Walt gets home, and on his way to get Jesse, he left a voicemail. On his way to see where Jesse was, he left a voicemail for Skylar. He also told Saul to give Skylar all of his money. But he also left a voicemail for Skylar. I was thinking about the kids, and I was thinking about you, and I love you guys. Obviously, shit was fine with Jesse, and nothing was at the chicken restaurant, so he goes home as if nothing happened. Skylar plays this voicemail in front of Walt, and it looks like he's humiliated. He's like, oh shit, like I thought I was gonna die. And Skylar is touched. She's like, what the fuck? So they fuck. Which, Jesus Christ, but we'll get there. They fuck, and Skylar, I don't know, I guess her and Walt are good. Then Walter Jr. gets home, and somebody sprints across the street. So hilarious. Somebody sprints across the screen butt naked, I think it was Skylar, to close the door, so Walter Jr. doesn't know what's going on. Walter Jr. then tells Walt, oh yeah, Mom said you're moving back on Tuesday. Walt never agreed to that, but he's like, well, guess I'm moving back on Tuesday. We then find out that the guy with the shotgun who was trying to steal the money from Jesse and Mike while they were doing their little stops to pick up the cash, it was all set up by Gus. Gus set them up just to test Jesse, I guess. And once Jesse gets back to cooking meth with Walt, Walt's like, dude, what happened? And Jesse's just like, oh, we just made some stops and picked up cash. Which the guy that Gus killed with the box cutter used to be the guy who did that with Mike, but since he is now dead, he uses Mike for that. He uses Jesse for that now. So Walt is super, like, jealous. He's like, what happened? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And you can tell this is going to be a point of, like, contention. Like, you can tell Walt's not going to stand for this. Because basically what Gus is trying to do is, okay, I can't get to Walt. I can get inside of Jesse's head, though. Jesse has a good heart. He's obedient for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has respect. You know, Mr. White. Like, it's all in the name, Mr. Jesse respects Walt. And Walt even told Gus, like, previously in the series that, oh, he's obedient, and that's what I need. Right? So obviously, Gus is playing at something. Maybe he's trying to cause a rift in between Walt and Jesse. Maybe he's just trying to get Jesse to be better. You know, Jesse was living in fucking squalor. And Walt didn't care enough to help him out, you know what I'm saying? Mike came in there. He said he's doing what he's told, right? So Mike doesn't care either. So Gus is up to something. I don't know if he's trying to make Jesse better for himself, or if he's trying to make Jesse a better partner for Walt. I don't know what he's trying to do, but all we know at this point is that Gus is doing something to better Jesse. He's testing him for some reason. Is this because he's going to try and get in between Walt and Jesse? I think so. How? I don't know. That is what we have to wait and see. Walt is a fucking stupid, dumbass, idiot-ass pork face. Walt is the dumbest fucking... He literally is Icarus. People just flying way too close to the sun because of their pride and ego. So it was case closed. Hank decided, okay, yeah, we're done with this case. We're not, we caught Heisenberg. I'm a little sad that it wasn't me who put the cuffs on him, but Heisenberg has been caught nonetheless. We are done here. I'm done here. This is over. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to be DA anymore. He literally drops the case. But at dinner, Walt's dumb ass, and I feel like even Skylar picked up on this a little bit. Walt's dumb ass is like, well, because not everybody, but Walter Jr. and Hank are gassing up Gale. They're like, he wasn't just a cook, he was a chef. His work was magnificent. It was the purest meth on the planet. I admired his work, regardless of the fact that he was a criminal. This was really good work. This was incredible. And Walt is like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I understand where he's coming from. If it was something legal and somebody was taking the credit for my work, I would have fucking jumped in that bitch and been like, I did that shit. What? That was me. Hello? Are you kidding? That was me. But this is something illegal that he did that he's trying not to get caught for. He had an out. Gale died, and the case died with him. It was over until Walt opened his big ass lips, his big ass mouth, and he's like, well, obviously, like, to the trained eye, it could look like this was all his work, but I can see that this is just rote, copying, basically. Walt's a fucking dumbass. He had the perfect out. Oh, this is just rote copying. This is just rinse, repeat work. Okay, well, now it's very clearly obvious that the WW is Walter White. Come on, bro. He knows too much. And his body language says everything. As an officer, Hank should be able to pick that up. But Hank picked up the case again because of Walt. So Hank's gonna catch him because of himself. It's like you're digging your own grave, you dumbass idiot. I was so frustrated watching that. But I understood. Because if it was my work, legal or illegal, I would still feel some type of way somebody taking the credit for my work. And you can tell Walt takes pride in the meth that he cooks. You can tell he does. He takes so much pride in his meth. And so, knowing him, knowing his character, this is the most logical, thing to guess that he would do. Is it the most logical thing he did? Absolutely not. But he's not operating on logic. He's operating on a hurt pride, on a hurt ego. This is mine. I made this. So now Hank picked the case back up, and now we're just gonna get what we get. Shit. Yeah, I already touched on the jealousy that I sense between Waltz with Jesse. So I feel like what Gus is doing is like playing with Walt's mental. He's making him jealous, making him emotional. So he's gonna get sloppy, which he already is, let's be honest. He already is sloppy as hell. Got fucking Hank back on the case. Fucking idiot, man. Let's see what happens in the next episode, guys.